For years, the basic infantry weapon of the American soldier had been the M14 rifle. It was a dependable weapon, but was unstable when fired on full automatic. The M14 would stay in service with some units for a long time yet. But a new weapon was starting to reach the troops in Vietnam. The M16 was a light, compact assault rifle made of metal alloy and plastic. It was effective up to 400 yards and had a very high rate of fire. Although on paper the M16 seemed to offer the infantryman everything he could wish for in a rifle, the reality was very different on the battlefield. The M16 was prone to jamming, a nightmare for the soldier in a firefight. The problem was reduced by scrupulous cleaning, and later modifications would cure the problem completely. But in the meantime, many men viewed the M16 with deep mistrust. In an American infantry platoon, the most valued weapon of all was the M60 machine gun. The M60 could fire more than 100 rounds a minute and had a range of 1,000 yards. The gun was usually operated by a two-man crew, but it could also be fired from the hip. As well as the weapons they took with them into the field, American infantry could call on heavy fire support at any time. Ground attack aircraft could saturate the area with high explosives or napalm, while few operations were ever mounted out of range of friendly artillery. The biggest American artillery pieces, the 175mm howitzers, could destroy a target at a range of 20 miles. Most main force Viet Cong troops were now armed with a superb assault rifle. The AK-47 was a Russian design copied by the Chinese. It was comparable to the American M16, but it had fewer moving parts. The stock was wood, not plastic, and was far more reliable in Vietnam's testing conditions. The AK-47 also had the advantage of a 30-round magazine compared to the 20 of the American rifle. The Viet Cong had a range of effective Soviet and Chinese light and medium machine guns. They also had heavy machine guns, though never enough. The bigger weapons were especially valued for defense against American helicopters. For destroying armored vehicles or bunkers, the Viet Cong had highly effective rocket-propelled grenades and recoilless rifles. Many weapons, including booby traps and mines, were homemade in the villages. The materials ranged from scavenged tin cans to discarded wire, but the most important ingredients were provided by the enemy. In a year, dud American bombs could leave more than 20,000 tons of explosives scattered around the Vietnamese countryside. After air raids, volunteers retrieved the duds, and the dangerous business of creating a new weapon began. In 1966, locally made devices would kill more than 1,000 American soldiers.